encourage listeners to think critically, challenge their perspectives, and explore different viewpoints on various subjects by fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. The Afternoon Conversation on Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live from Monday through Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. with your host, Rufus Divine Cannon. Don't miss out.
Is yet another day, another time, and opportunity afforded us. Whenever we seize these opportunities, we make maximum use of it. But firstly, giving thanks and appreciation to God for what He has done and continue to do in our lives, providing us the opportunity to breathe the fresh air of life every time. We gave thanks and appreciation to our Almighty. Some of our friends started the year with us and they are no more. We're not better than those that are dead and gone, but by His special grace. It is not our rights to be alive. Let us all know this. It's a privilege afforded all of us. So when you wake up in the morning and you see the dawn of a new day, you tell God, thank you. And when the day is ending and you are privileged to see the end of a day and waking up the next morning, tell Him, thank you. That's all He needs from you. Praises, right? So it's another time. The weekend has begun. Today is the 24th day of May. May is slipping away gradually, the blessed month in the year. It's no doubt. If you want to argue that, go and argue with your ancestors. But May is the best month in the year. Trust me. As we have begun the weekend, too many things to talk about. So today we'll be making social activities and politics as well. We'll be looking at the issue of rape. Rape is one of those things that one wouldn't even love for a family member to get around or get involved with, especially if your child is a victim of a rape situation. It's disturbing. The name rape shouldn't be accepted in any part of our society. So anyone who involved into rape should not be hidden, but rather brought to public so that the public get to know who they are and their acts they have created. There is a rape situation right now that's on an investigation. We'll be giving you detailed information concerning what is unfolding at the moment. A 12 years old girl child, a very promising young miss, was allegedly tampered with by two grown-ups. And we will be disclosing the names of those grown-ups and how far is the case now. And we'll also be looking at the business climate in Liberia. The president, his predecessors started the process and said, hey, Liberians will be no stranger to their own economy. They'll be fully involved. He came and reaffirmed through his campaign statement that Liberians will be fully involved with the economy of the country. But it is yet to be seen because lots of things happening. The bureaucracy there at the National Port Authority is one of those things that are actually suppressing, we'll put it in that way, suppressing Liberian businesses. There are great Liberians out there and in country that want to bring in some level of investment to support the president's agenda. But guess what? There are so many things, so many bottlenecks at the National Port Authority. A group calling themselves Methods is one of those operatives at the National Port Authority that is getting money without the requisite or under the mandate for which they were brought in the system to be a part and parcel of our economy to checkmate containers and goods that come into the country. They are extorting money and they are not living up to the bargaining of the agreement. So we want to bring this attention to the attention of the president that we started on yesterday. It's a continuous process. We'll be talking about methods and Liberian businesses. We've understand that even those who we term as foreign partners who bring in businesses into the country. They've gotten themselves even involved into businesses that are set aside for Liberians. They are also wholesaler and retailers. Come on, how do you expect Liberian businesses to grow when you are the wholesaler as the same time you are retailing? So how can Liberian businesses improve? So we're going to be looking at those things. We're also going to be touching base on the president's appointment of Valai. You know, he have come on a barrage of criticism. Basically, his academics, credential, and all those stuff like that. But we'll be weighing in, giving our own understanding and position on the appointment of that's the president, deputy press secretary. You know, yes, we'll also be throwing light on that. So to discuss this, I've invited my colleague. Today is Friday. It's a lean by Friday, but specifically there are crucial issues that we're going to be touching bases on. So we've invited our colleagues from the various platforms. You know, Airtel. She's the host of In Part for Women that comes on every Wednesday, and Louise Ter is the lead presenter of the Positive Show, our morning show here in the early morning. He's our early morning bird. He's also forming part of today's edition of the program, The Afteroon Conversation. My name is Rufus Divine Kane. Let's get this commercial commitment. When we come back, we delve into the issues. So welcome. If you just join us, if you're following us via the internet, loveradioonline.com is that spot. If you are also on Facebook, to just switch to Love TV Live, and you get us beaming through your social media platform. We also on our frequency in the FM maker band. 105.1 is our assigned frequency. So simultaneously, we are on these platforms getting the information across to you. So let's get word from Lone Star Cell to be read by. Don't go away.
We are looking for change makers in Liberia. Someone working really hard to make an impact in education, health, youth and women empowerment, local tech solutions, and community impact and development. Nominate he or she today to become the next Momo Hero of Change. Visit Luncicell MTN social media pages or website Luncicell MTN/Momo Heroes of Change 2024 to nominate your hero. First winner will receive $2 million Liberian dollars. Second winner, $1 million Liberian dollars. And the third winner, 500,000 Liberian dollars. It's the 2024 Momo Heroes of Change, recognizing Liberia's change makers.
MTN.
Liberia, get ready to witness the biggest and greatest sports competition in Liberia. Luncicell MTN, in partnership with the Liberian Football Association, launches the Momo Community Football League. 16 under-17 teams from various communities around Monrovia will be battling every Saturday for a chance to be the king of Monrovia community. The big question is, who will win the 300,000 Liberian dollars cash prize? Communities like Bannersville under-17, Dixville under-17, Chicken Soup Factory under-17, Jacobtown, West Point, PHP Community, Clay Street under-17, Freeport, Lockingtown, St. Paul Bridge, Newcrewtown, Aratu Community under-17, and many, many more will be bringing the best foot forward. All games will be played on Saturday. Come support your community to victory. Let's see who will walk away with a grand prize of 300,000 Liberian dollars. The league starts from May 11, 2024 to June 2024. Follow Luncicell MTN Facebook page on Facebook and Instagram, and the Liberia Football Association Facebook page for all the weekly updates. Momo Community League, bringing Liberian football closer to home.
MTN.
Troubles remembering the plenty codes to dial and activate your favorite bundle on Lone Star Cell MTN? Well, don't you worry anymore, because Lone Star Cell MTN has one code for everything. Yes, any bundle you want to subscribe to on Lone Star Cell MTN, just dial *352#. Whether that data bundle, Momo bundle, MTN Prestige, international calling bundles, just anything, dial *352#. That is code for everything. At Lone Star Cell MTN, we put your satisfaction first.
MTN.
Yes, indeed, we can advertise the goods and services like we've done for a long time. We continue to do advertising the goods and services. We are capable of doing that on our platform. When your ad is being played on our radio, it's also carried live on the internet. Yes, it's also carried live on our online radio. So Ethel Gibson is here alongside Louise. Both of them are here to weigh in on our talking points today. But we firstly begin with Ethel. Ethel, how you doing? How's your weekend? At the start of your weekend?
Yeah, I'm fine. The weekend is good. As long there is life, there is everything.
When
Yeah.
there's life, there's everything.
Everything.
Everything as in.
Everything.
Okay, Louise.
It's good to be here. And today is Friday, but today I'm made. If Friday is not Friday,
Okay, not Friday for you, eh? Yeah, you're good.
so the Friday is not Friday.
So how you want the Friday to Friday?
You're the boss, you know what they find out. The Friday is not Friday.
Well, guys, there's this serious issue, when every time I come across these kinds of information, it pains me, it's troubling, and I reflect my mind on my kids. I have a 13 years old girl child, and I also have a 9 years old girl child. So whenever a girl child is tampered with, my mind reflects on my kids. It could be my kids. Who knows? The wicked ones are all over the place, and we know during the regime of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was when this issue of rape not being bailable came into full swing. Though you have some people actually accusing people and putting those kinds of false crimes on them, and at the end of the day, some of them were placed behind bars. When they went into the merits of the case, it was later revealed that some of those cases were all due to some personal reasons, and those who were accused were not. But we found out that most of the cases as well are involved with minor and that of the elderly. You can recall last year, the regime of former President Weah, a minor was raped in her private bathroom with razor blade by a young man. There were several of these kinds of cases all over the place. There are measures that have been put in place to calm down on those rapists, but we still see it happening. Young women are being victimized, minors are being victimized of this rape issue. So our question here, should rape cases be compromised? Because, mind you, some families, they have compromised these cases on numerous occasions. Say, look, the man, he part of our family, so that's something. But mind you, that child who's been tampered with will live with that for the rest of her life. Yeah, it's a rape case. Just in few days, you people have the details. We'll be playing some of the voices here. A young maid, 12 years old, was tampered with by 2 grown-ups. And family tried to play around it and stuff like that. So what's your own side of this whole matter? Ethel, let's start off with you concerning the young miss.
So, the girl she's a very young girl, And it's so saddening to hear such information, like seeing your child. So most of the time people say women expose their body that the reason why they get raped, but most of the time there are kids that are being raped. There are babies that are being raped. Those children are, they don't know anything. So now this case, this little girl, she's eloquent. She's very eloquent. And she needs justice. That's the only thing I can say. She needs justice, and justice must be real. That's it. So I have nothing more to say. The the mother of the child, which is the mom, the lady that she's with, she's a woman. And most of the time we women we depend on men until it reach to the extent of allowing a child to suffer because you want to enjoy. So now this lady wants to compromise this case because she feel that without this man she can't survive. And she feel that without this man she can have another marriage or relationship. So now she wants to compromise the case because this child is not her child. That's the reason why she keep going back and forth and allowing the man to go free. Because it happened 1, 2, 3 times. They'll get said, oh, this man is doing this to me. And you keep coming back to the lady and say, don't tell nobody, shut up, do this, do that. If it was her child, she wouldn't have done what she did. So to all other people that are around, like in those women that don't take care of their children, that can give their children to people to stay away, is not good. Because people will not treat your child in as much as you want to them to be treated. So most people will say, oh yes, I will take care of the child, I will carry your child to school and stuff like that. At the end of the day, your child is being used by their husband, being used in homes to do work for them, and not even getting the education that they deserve. So now this little girl is staying with her, and then she being raped by her brother and her husband and her boyfriend, and she not saying anything about it. And she want the kids to go stuck free, even doing all other things for these kids to go stuck free. And she must have justice. That's the only thing I can say.
Luis, you guys started on the investigation. You've taken the case to the police. As we've been told, it's at Central now, and there are a lot more. Some observation, like the clinical reports have come out that indeed this child have been tampered with. You care to tell us more about it?
Okay, let me say thank to Ethel who went up again the past days. She brought that to my knowledge. And she tried calling me the whole day. Based on call, I was put my internet, I saw a couple of messages from her, some evidences from her. Place of call to her, and she took one of my colleagues were also on the scene. He went there to do his own investigation. So I'm calling up, and both of us decided to go deep into it. You know, sometimes when we are doing something, doesn't matter your status. There's some things you don't tamper with. We child called a name called Jusu Bility, who is well new. He worked with the Freeport. He's the director for concession on MAE at the Freeport Road. So what I did that night, on one Facebook, the people often on Facebook, there ain't no friends. We are friends on Facebook. So I went to the inbox. In the dream, I said to him, I asked him, can we talk? In less than 5 minutes, he placed a call to me. So after 2 hours unfolding, Jesus said to me, Luis, that's my daughter. Right? That's my daughter. I don't want this to get to the public. So I said to him, I'm not the only journalist that is umpted of this. We are two as I speak for now. We have a good call. So what is it? But you know they were cracking. So I asked Jusu, can I call you on your number? He said to me, do you have a number? I said yes. His question was to me, how I got his number. I said, doesn't matter how I got your number. I'm a journalist. I hear one person got number today, I will get it. I called Juicy phone right endlessly. He didn't pick my call. Waited I hold up to 12. Juicy didn't call me till the next day. The next day, he spoke to one of the senior brother in the media called Afetupa for the verse. So I will call Sigu call me that you were going to talk to her yesterday at 11 o'clock. He or Jusu to provide his side of the story to this effect. As a journalist, we decided to get Jusu
Due diligence.
to hear his side of the story. But in the recording, my later who explained, measure another person name.
We play those recordings.
So Jusu said to me, we waited another call pass, no call, nothing. After I got vexed, so when Jusu reached out to me, those two journalists did not call me. You called me. So I thought I would not call. I said, "I'll call Jusu again." I put a call Jusu. This time he picked the call. This very number that I called, and he said that's not his number. He picked the number. He picked the call, and I see number. You know, I said to him on the phone. Jusu said his daughter fell off and rushed to the hospital. What happening is a blatant lie. I got recording. I recorded him. I get it. He will not get it play. It's a blatant lie. So I'm going to record him when he said, I asked him, can I put your record for the account in my story? He said yes. So that's the recording. Now give back to the question one by one. So after he said that, I said, okay. We also had a recording. His girlfriend and the mother of the school that the girl attends. In the conversation, the mother informed me, the caretaker of the girl now informed the mother that she had been carrying serious complaint to the mother concerning her husband's attitude and the child. That means the church mother said no. So at that point, we decided to take other and say this child life is not safe. In that recording, they agreed to go to Central to meet with people in the Central to get it damaged, to clear the story of the police. At that point, we discover that MP or depot or police station, the guy that received $150. Not report Jusu.
This is a wire allegation, and it borders on the repetition of the officer in charge of the cylinder.
I saw him to the same house. I saw him to at the headquarters. So as they call me, we keep asking the safety of the child. Now, the nurse who the child was with until the generation took position of the child.
So the child is personally
with the gender ministry. Yes, I speak to you.
Okay.
So they took the child to the hospital or the clinic there in
Jupiter.
no, the first clinic was to Matali. And this madam, who has to be one of the nurses working there, has to be a close or child friend to Jusu's girlfriend or her wife, saw the child, not the child, and decided to take the child home so that she'll focus on the child and treat the child. We're going to say it was Jusu's girlfriend or his wife, child friend. That means a child was not safe in that environment. They were planning to take the child into another location. So, Jusu went on, his girlfriend said, the general was calling Jusu, asking Jusu about this thing. So, he got in a fret. So, this morning, while we're on for Liberia, Sick was flagging the issue, we got a call for one on our office.
Of the Liberian
National Police.
Mm-hmm.
That the police director instruct 109
Instructor 109.
and the criminal department called 111, right? To say cease of this matter. And in fact, the depot commander and here we met at that depot to Central to know why is it that this thing happened, and you can report the case to the proper authority yet. Luckily for us, when we got at one of the office this morning, we saw the commander of the Citizen Depot there. The depot was there. They admit that they received this alleged allegation. So, Joe asked the commander a question. Say you received the alleged allegation.
What was the next thing?
The suspect, the prime suspect in question.
Have they been arrested?
Have you seen him or invited over? He said, you called him yesterday, he probably state what he said today. That case been reported sent 3 days ago.
And there have been no arrest.
Up to 12 o'clock this afternoon, there was no arrest made. Now, so they asked him. He said only the suspect, alleged suspect fiancé, have been going to them to the airport. But jury question have not been there. So they called jury to tell us what today. The other question Samuel, they said they don't know where about Samuel.
Samuel who?
Davis.
One of the rapists?
Yes, they don't know whereabouts of him. Now, so they asked him if they took the child to the hospital. So he brought up the 2 results from 2 separate hospitals. You know, the department of I call it at the Liberian police for this stuff. We get few hospitals that we can take the patient to for checkup according to them.
Yeah.
So Dubero facility is one. The Dubero resort. But the clinic to Matan that the child attended, we saw also there. But the guardian said the result was of tracks.
Who trashed the result now?
No, they said they didn't charge it, but they said the result.
The police?
The police head for women trade department said the result for the result of tracks. The result states in a code that the child being raped or the child tapered with. But the result
From the clinic.
from the clinic in Matari. But what Dubero says, according to them, that result do not support the allegation. On ground, the result says that around the child
Private.
was on the scratch. Now, then when he said, I was in my presence when he said, so the Jogo asked,
Who's there now? The commander.
no commander, the head of Women Children Protection Unit, and
And
yeah, so Jogo said, can we do another
Yes.
test on the child? At that point, he said that can be done in consultation with the counselor and the general ministry because you get 4 secretaries, right? Now, in case of such a brought to your depot, and you keep seeing the person wife coming to you over and again, you're not seeing a suspect. As a trained police officer, what comes to your mind? So from that point, we are not a criminal investigator, but we sense a foul play. I can commit a crime, or unless you commit a crime, and the police didn't see more. Every time a fiancé goes to the police station to meet the police officers.
One may say the curiosity of the fiancé would have been basically the child was in her care and such a thing happened, so she needed to know the well-being of the child, needed to know how far the situation have escalated. So you just cannot conclude.
That's another thing. This child question is not a biological child. Your husband or your boyfriend is involved. The best option Let the young man go to the police to clear his side. There's some cases you don't want police to reach to you. When the police gets to you, it spread like a wildfire. Now, what the young man did, he accused my colleague, like want to blackmail him.
Okay, I think let me read some of what I've seen on the social media concerning this matter. Someone posted similar. Let me find it quickly. Where is this stuff? Oh man, I had it in there. Oh my word, what's this? Okay. Firstly, Sekou posted, he says, sad. Mr. Yusuf Beliti has allegedly raped. We have spoken to the alleged victim and her account is damaging. We also spoke with Yusuf Beliti. Yusuf and some police officers, including a nurse, are hiding such information. Detail will follow soon. So that was the post of Sekou.
Okay, so
So let's get into account from his Facebook page. 22 hours when this screenshot was done, it says tearing off the veil of the devil's pen. It is with shocking dismay, the unfounded and reckless constructed by a rope. He denigrated. Oh, sure. he referring to Sekou as a rogue blackmailer in Sekou v. Sharif Jr. The Gottish inexperience and makeshift allegation as published on his page are not only false and misleading, but has not a single iota of truth. Sharif called me last night after an incident he claimed was reported to have him by a bystander and that I should see him to nip out a fabrication he and others speculated as a means of fearing me to fall in his cycles of money machine. There is nothing related to my personage of any sexual harassment, talk less of rape. I see this as an energy of falseness or foolishness, he said, to give anyone a dime for things that are news to me. I quickly called on a big brother named with help. So that's Afretopa. So he said he quickly called a name for which he's withholding at the time. He said he withheld to seek an advice on the conspiracy coming from a professional blackmailer. There's absolutely no case as insinuated by the clown that involves me in the crime he published on his page. Sharif has the right to visit my house, the police, or the hospital he's cleaning. I ought here for focus on more serious job than giving the rapport and attention he seeks. Good day.
now,
So,
so he said there was no case, right? Now, but the Senate government reported that this case was presented 3 days ago. But he said there was no case. You know what I'm saying? According to a tell, according to even the school, the child went to school,
complain of
her stomach was bleeding, out of fear going, and a guy helped rescue her, took her to the police station. The guy also received a call. Have you seen the call?
So let's listen to the various accounts we have here, recordings done, and then we will go to the public for their own input. You know, as journalists, we unearth the situation. We are not judges,
Yeah.
but we unearth the situation as it unfolds so that the public can have a clue on what is unfolding. If they have insight of the story, they can come up as witnesses, because now it is in the hand of the national police, so they can serve as witnesses for or against the alleged rapist. At the moment, it's being alleged.
Yes.
It's an allegation until we do not have the rights given us to call this person or to say he did the act. It is the jurisdiction of the courts.
The court.
When he's gone through the process and found guilty, then he can be referred to in that form and manner. So let's get the account of some interviews that were done by the kids.
And my uncle used to have sex with me. First, before he started, he was fixing our bathroom. And while fixing our bathroom, my Indian was to go to bring my material. But he catch my friend and I doing funny play. And what just the way he catch my friend and I doing funny play, he said myself, he's also flocked me. He said, come here, do that. He said, what do you mean? I said, no, and I was making you. He said, just do it. And he forced himself on me and he had sex with me. And always in the detour, but it was else and I can't really do it. So the last time I wanted to do it to me, which is the last time we got to do it to me, and I did not agree. He loved the kid. I climbed over the gate. I said no. I was shaking the gate. I said, if you don't open the door, I will shout. And while shaking the gate, he opened the gate and I ran to the neighbor, which is my elder daughter's friend, the woman named Mommy. And the woman said, well, what's happening with such things like this? Female like that. And the woman, I understand my mom managed to go, but I still tell my auntie. She told my auntie in my auntie, she said I was lying, how she laughed at them, beat it like that, she did it. So now I'm living with my stepfather and my mother. My stepfather, but I don't know if he was immature, he was not going to do such things. He always having sex with me to my stepfather. Whenever my mother is not around, but I can't remember. But the one I can remember is April 20 on Saturday, April 19. Which April 19 he wanted to kiss me. I said no. Give me money. All this money has been giving me. I've been keeping it. But till I really know my father, because he got one boy, so he don't care how my future will be, how I'll be looking tomorrow. He don't care. Oh, he always having sex with my mother. Always they may not earn some marry my mother, and they always having sex. And he always having sex with me too. I tell my mother, I want to do nothing. She may cry. But anyone I really help me, why my uncle we said to have like small family meeting in the phone before our hostel burned it. And when we were having that family meeting, my uncle, my grandma asked my uncle, yes, truth. My uncle said no, he lied. And before he can do, he wanted to try to me because my grandma was here. He also wanted for him try to me, but I wanted to tell he woman for my friend, my sister, get all the food and eat the store. She said that she not talking. So my sister and this sister in the food. He forget everything. I thought he forget stuff. So I said, inshallah, go inside. Inshallah said she can go inside. I said, then if you can go inside, we'll stay here with you. Because yesterday, young lady down here, the mosquito keep biting me. That go inside. So she never pick up. So my sister lay down. So he just I go to he referred me and what for me to shout, he was already having sex with me. So the next day my whole clothes of words in. I tell the girl in the first thing was off. She said like what was that? And she said, always see my I always see it water. But my mother I will not provide to go in our house because if I dare try to go or sister, whosoever is going to beat me, my mother is very bad in beating children. She may hurt me, but I don't know. So that's why I'm here. I came here to get better because I want everything. Because I just want to stop seeing his face. I'm tired of seeing his face. I just want justice to jail for the rest of his life. That's it.
So you need to say that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you explain, then we'll go over to what other entity you willing to explain.
You are still
When you go to jail, are you willing to explain the scene?
Yeah. You shouldn't be afraid.
yeah.
What do you want outside? What do you want outside? You want to know why really happening? Councilor, be audible. Your uncle? Who your uncle? Like your yeah, talk small.
Wow. So let's get another account of the little girl mother or the auntie. Oh, okay. All right. She explaining to the mother.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let's get the auntie's account.
Yes. I'm not a spoil. So we all pray that we will work it on to do how we can't done. You will not be able to know that children and people can work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nana. Yeah.
Send the police over and calling what the generators and they're calling to show they want the means are only kids to meet the men better. I had a new told you. The constant job. I was telling you that the constant job.
Yeah.
The constant, the people.
Yeah.
So they can talk one on one with the other, they can show the police of that.
Yeah, that they put your own spot in me, and that what they want to do. What you think, man?
Yeah.
Want to get rid of it for me
now. Yes. So I can see now working here for it. All.
Okay.
I use here. The usual one will speak here for the people.
Yeah.
Then it's here one we're gonna find it with charge.
Yeah.
They will just modify you spend it out.
Yeah.
The jar will find it and then get the other. That one is better for the
Oh yeah. It's better, man, because I cannot plan and ask for the I cannot say yes, go to the police station. Then they say you reach and your stomach hurting, You go and what did they get from you for the seriously, no, I tell you seriously. Yeah, man.
Don't get very fast yourself. No, what if you
Because
I tell you that. Let what if you don't get very fast yourself. Alright, then you finish.
yeah.
Because you must tell you last time. Go to your pastor where they are. Oh, I can't say more than it's going to
So at the
Wow.
At the end of that, she said, "Mother, I have come again to you and pastor, and told you guys what happened to the nigga. And when you a pastor, I told you guys. So that is just what I'm explaining to the proprietress of the school lecture attend. And it's that she in the church, in the church school. So with this thing, with this, just to lie that there was no case in a police station here and there. But today, the commander at the depot, they head of children, the children and social protection unit at the Southern depot, admit to the boss that that complete been sent 3 days ago. Then Brown Facebook yesterday said there's no case of such in any police station.
This is actually troubling. My team has stand on he's alleged
He's alleged.
to have
He's alleged.
committed the crime until proven guilty on a competent court of jurisdiction. But my side of it here, the account of the little girl, so that shows that he's not the only person who have tempered with her.
You sure?
Initially, you had one Samuel Davis, who was alleged as the lead in the process of virginizing this 12 years old child forcibly. And it had been a continuous process for him. And allegedly, he was spotted on by Belity. And that's how Belity got the information, allegedly, that this child had been through this process. So she's ripe and ready. So he can continue from where Samuel allegedly stopped. So he got involved and he hit the jackpot. And this is where the case is. So it's in the hands of the police. So follow-ups will be made as we've come to the public with this information. We won't let go of this. We will make sure to get the findings because the child needs justice.
Now,
And more to that, listening to the child's account, she doesn't want to see him in her life. So that means for every time that child sees him, it sends that hatred, they send that trauma to her. And if she continues to see him in an environment, or improved environment, they will put what you call restraining order on him. Aside from what is going on at the police station, right? But restraining order will be placed on wherever that child is. He shouldn't be around that vicinity. You understand? Because, mind you, if a child, 12 years old child, will say she doesn't want to see you in her entire life, he should be placed behind bars and for the rest of his life. It's troubling.
now no one put wash into her mouth.
She's eloquent.
She's
eloquent.
No one, nobody.
Now, so the issue is, in some cases, someone may lie on you, right? Say, oh, you're putting the advice to me. And if you know deep down into yourself that thing is not truth, you make yourself available. When Jonah call you to ask you for information concerning certain thing, tell the people yourself the story. But when you last on a certain thing and say this happened, at the end of the day, it's not what happened. It speaks volume. It creates a place where we feel that there's a feature thing somewhere. Feature somewhere. After informing us that
there is nothing, there is no storage. The girl is in school, she's healthy and everything.
Everything. In fact, there's no case breaking. Let me send the order to you. So you play it. We interview, I deal with him on the phone with him. And to find out that
they try to compromise the case. Even the nice that someone take a case to you, and then even the police decide not to talk anything about it. They said they are going to wait for 6 weeks before they go.
6 weeks?
Yes.
6 weeks.
Now,
So
under the law, immediately when the person is being accused of a rape
he's being arrested.
issue, the first and foremost thing that is done, the alleged culprit will be arrested,
and for be detained, I sent it to you already.
detained until the date of investigation. Preliminary investigation will be going on while you behind bars.
Yes.
Now,
Exactly.
so in relation to your wife or fiancé, she don't want that to happen. She should spend the money. She should spend the money. Now, and the time question is the fiancé brother daughter.
Wow.
Is the fiancé brother daughter. She kept her marriage. You better go to jail.
She's so worried about who will take her in.
Who will take her in, and then see my girl.
So now even take into account the child.
The child
Let's get her account. Let's get the account you spoke about.
I'm just confused about how to try to put it aside. Or somebody trying to track me down. Nothing what can't go or can go to any kind of thing or do.
So that's
It's a
Belity
lie.
account.
Well, I get an audio recording, a video recording of the guy explaining to a certain nurse or so.
Video recording to nurse, yeah, no that nurse. Like I tell you now, Go to the next, let the next come because I know. So that's it. That's it. That's
So,
what
so you tell me it's not true. She worried about this thing because they're accusing you in person.
I said there is no, but nobody accusing me. I've seen nobody can accuse me. My daughter fell off. I was not even there. Nobody has accused me. Nobody come to me. I just really ask you more. Yeah, seriously, brother. Seriously, this is just surprising. If somebody that was there, if somebody was there that accused me, want to lie, that's the person basically my daughter fell off, and that's it.
So I'm using this part as a should I put it on record for this? Because I do my story in the paper, so I will put record for this.
Yeah, but it's a lie. Nobody has, there's no case against my daughter. That's a lie.
Okay, so I will by a statement though. I'll use it.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Okay.
That's a lie. Be lie. Nobody has come this morning, and nothing has happened.
All right.
I said.
This is a female at the back saying the prophet lied no control a female. You know, as people, it didn't have this rumor that you know. I remember one time a couple of years back, I'm more smaller. BBC said when Liberian gave you a DC news or year of rumors in Liberia,
Check it.
he said,
Yeah.
check it out. There's some facts
About
in that rumor.
Yeah.
So you say you have ignored it as a rumor.
But how you went to the police and getting 150?
Here's the rumor. You know, I started calling lead because from the onset he said he didn't want to also bring it to the public. He told me the day before saying that. But after we just pushed it because we wanted to get his side of the story, Johnson yesterday go push it, pick my call, he began to explain. I said, I think I need to record this, but when I told you first I recorded him. Because now our law is a kind of record someone illegally. But the thing you're taking and you need to have it on record. Well, this is a rape case. This morning, it is because the person who mattered this morning that pushed the police and the mission of gender to get involved. From the onset, we decided to let to the past and see for now to monitor if he will respond. But when he posted on Facebook, that was close to the black man.
But my question here, and this is also in the minds of those are listening, if you may, was there any request made by you guys for ransom?
No. I can show you the conversation between me and him of Messenger. When I called him, was boyfriend or this, the funny said to me, Louis, that's my daughter. I don't want image be destroy us. So I told him, but give up the real story what happened. Is that true that you are involved into this with the child? At that point in time, my network was cracking what we were talking on the internet, right? Now he coming back. Then I said, can I call you on your number? He asked me, do you have a number? I said, get a number. I'm calling him, wanted to know. I said, that's important how I call your number. Then I call the number, the orange number I get for it. I phone around endlessly to see didn't pick the call. I call him back on Messenger, pick the call. I said, I'm calling your phone, picking up. He said, well, my phone in my hand. He asked me to send him my number. You don't call me on Messenger? He asked me to send him my number. And I did. Up to yesterday. Up to yesterday. He didn't call. So, you see, Jusu call, you call Jusu, right? I tell him Jusu. We didn't ask for anything. Then nothing. We didn't ask for a dime. What I wanted was
you can speak of yourself.
Of myself. For me.
But you cannot speak for your colleague.
For me.
Who also been accused of being a blackmailer.
For me, I didn't ask for a dime.
Because you do not know the conversation that went on between Jusu and Seku. So you speak of yourself.
I didn't ask for a dime. He was coming back. I sent a note to Jusu. He did not call the whole night or the next morning. I waited for you call. Even the time they told me you want to see you, I waited, you didn't call. I called Juicy. Because you have to on the phone, I call him.
So for Sekou was on the scene that particular night when I called Louis was not online, and then we got to Sekou. Sekou came, he went to the nice house, we sending all the videos and the recordings. He went to the nice house to talk to the lady, but the girl was off. She was daisy. She couldn't say a word. And then the nice were compromising. She didn't want to say anything to him. So then the next morning we sent him a couple of evidence of the little girl because she sent a brother to check where she has been placing all the blood that has been moving from in her. She packed it to a certain place and then she sent us there to take the picture. So when we took the picture, we sent it to.
So this little child
has been
strategically
keeping everything, even the money,
every transaction, like the violence, mood of sexual intercourse when she bled.
Yes,
she took account of it.
Yeah.
So I come.
He wrote. She even wrote every time that he had sex with her. She wrote it on paper, and even the money that he gave her.
So it was this Sekou, Jusu and Samuel.
She was basically everything. Now it was Jusu.
So Samuel started the process.
Every evidence right now is Jusu.
Samuel started the process.
Yes.
And Jusu ended.
Yes.
And hit the job.
So what we wanted, and I hope that have a temper with it. And we hope that the marriage also have photo of everything they just show
the
her.
Examination she then go.
The examination, the paper she wrote on, every time they hit on her, the date and time they have recorded them. So we hope that the marriage have that temper of that. Or perhaps take the photo and keep this thing because in investigation the police don't need that. Because she'll tell the police what the
child has to live in the time because she is the victim.
The pictures
she's the victim.
So at a point in time, this child said when her grandmother came from the US, she told her grandmother, but the caretaker now said it's a big lie. And they told another they want to hear Osa. Threatening, beat her and pepper her.
And she in her account said she knows the violent mood of her mom, how brutal she is when it comes to beating children. So all those things play as a key factor for her not going viral with it at the moment. So, but in that mood, she was still being tampered with.
So they still want to keep it sober. Yesterday they took her on campus, making it look like nothing happened, everything's cool. And then she went on campus. The mother of the church kept asking her what happened. She said nothing happened. They took you to the hospital? No. They carried you to the police station? No. Who hospital? My mom's house. And she's not at her mom's house. So they have threatened her not to say a word to anybody. So she's not talking to nobody about anything. She told them everybody that nothing happened.
That's right. So this morning to get her out, when I got the show, I said something. I says this nurse in question, Shiba, need to be arrested and get reason
why she
keeping the child at her house. At that point, her brother was more than the radio. She was more than the radio. He came to the station to tell that the child was with the sister is waiting to turn the child over to the police. Yes. At that point now, and I think Joseph was talking before then, one I have called to the depot to ask the commander and whosoever related to that case to proceed as central. So then we just called the one now that we told the one that was breaking the child over. Granted. So this is how the child left the custody of this night.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is very simple. Rape is a non-breakable offense.
Yes.
You cannot damage a child's future ahead.
Yes, by protecting.
So if the girl said she know what happened to her in the future. That's what the child don't want to see him. To every mother or even father, don't take your child and give to anybody to stay with. The Lord people don't care. Because when you just don't go on the street today, when I see kids in the street selling, it pain me. There's a day I was walking down Mercury Street when I was outside. A day child was selling boiled egg. I love eating boiled egg, so I just buy egg for. So that's where you coming from. Then from New Georgia. For real? My friend, I don't follow the bar, we bought 4 eggs from her. She said, I'm not feeling I want to go home. Or my auntie will beat me. I want to eat today. Now, the reason why that child went to Jusu house is because she was living.
It got
burned.
It got burned. And that's where the summer started the stuff from that house.
So is the Samuel in the police custody at removed?
So this morning, all the time at the police station this morning, the police don't know something what about. They don't know something what about. So Triple One instructed them to get hold of
the Samuel man.
No, not Samuel, the mother. Not the one, but the old man who Samuel was staying with, what the child was also staying with.
And they'll get Samuel.
They should get hold of the woman and make the woman to show them where she can find Samuel. But other than with that type of land, I remember Samuel go in hiding.
My brother, let me tell you, that's one thing I always say to people. There's a word called karma.
Yeah.
He feels that he can escond the scene, but there are greater punishment ahead. And while esconding the scene, he may fall prey to something that may even lead to his death. Because what happens is that that child is going through a serious traumatic period in her life. But every time she sheds tears, all those who are culpable of the alleged crime, there will be some level of punishment for them. You may feel that you have the cash, you may feel that all things, people will not hear it and people will not know, or you have the association with the power that be, but there is a punishment thereafter. You may not know. So if Samuel or whoever that is involved allegedly feels that they can escond the same or play around it so that the whole process that child, for every time she thinks about the traumatic posture, my brother, you know what, Lord God, right? Yeah. So we want to say to you parents, like Louis stated, not everybody you send your child to. The war is involving, there are lots of crazy things ongoing. Mind you, this is not just the only child that such a thing is happening to.
Yeah.
There are several children that are going through even worse situation than this.
Exactly.
So it is on the government. That's what we want to say emphatically to the gender ministry. It's not about the big symposium or the big messages and stuff like that. You need to go beyond. We see kids selling in the streets. Some of these kids that do sell in the streets, these are things that get them selling in the street.
Yeah.
Because mind you, if this child was brought to a person under the disguise of sending that child to school, and all of a sudden that person is not sent to school but rather sent in the market or between the cars, we have seen there is a pickup or several cars owned by the gender ministry called tax force. What are they doing? We still see kids selling along the streets. We also, now that's why the gender ministry should come up with an approach to have each and every school visited. You must have a guiding counselor at each of these schools where You must be able to have a one-on-one conversation with a child that is not looking happy, a child that seems to be in a traumatic mood.
Yeah.
Get to talk to that child one-on-one. You'll get even more than this story that little child have on earth.
Come in. Let me bring it to you. Rufus. I was infected for somehow last year. I will hit her. Last year, year before life, I will hit her. This is situation. My mother last born was a victim, or is a victim. The young man walked our house, my father's house. So we get 2 houses in the yard. My dad's a pastor, right? So the church, at the back of the church, we get 3-bedroom house there. Other side, my father on the other side. Enter the children's room and slept with my little sister, threatening her to kill her if year or so. There were 3 guests in the room sleeping. Every time, no one knew how to enter the house. So at the junction now, she got fed up and brought it to the attention of our parents. The one the Bambagi police station got the young man arrested in the cell. They meant to the people, my little at the time she was 14 years. The young man was 36 to 38. Get 3 kids. He informed the police that my little sister is his fiancée. So when they did the check, indeed, she was tampered with. Here's the funny part. You spend money to the police station for not to go to court. My dad said, "No, because he said if I get Louis involved, Louis will take it and not really around."
So he was compromised.
So his fear was his daughter showing put to the public. Everybody can be afraid for the public and be on the daughter. Boom. God pushes you when you call my phone. He explained to me. I said, "Why are you right now?" He said, "I want to go to the police station. Well, this is my still next to me." He said, "Sit down there." A lot of people out there. I said, "Okay, sit down." I can guarantee you, I did not step my 2 legs in my back. I called my sister to confirm. But she said it was there. I said, "Good." Thank God to the former assistant minister for children and social protection. I placed a call directly to her. And she said, "Louis, thank you." When she called to the position, indeed, it's in custody. So at that point, the police tried to throw the case. So they call my parents, informing them to provide money to take the man for the police station. Because the code of S, they will put in the house and they were demanding a sum of 10,500.
After your child have been tampered with,
they put up the
then those who should implement the law or enforce the law.
So I think I'm
requesting
for that amount
ransom to transport
a suspect to Bentonville Court. So I take the phone and I call the minister back. He said to Louis, "Pay a dime, not to give them a dime. The police will provide transportation and set to take them to court." She called them when the person between the assistant minister of child protection and administration agenda on them. They drove. They went to my father's house. I think my papa come and put and say, "Okay, child." I said, "Hold up, we call the minister." He said, "Don't allow them to take the child to the court." Because they made a better to the court. They pay. I give it 38. If only you get come to the report, he say that girlfriend. So I passed him and they're not going anywhere. I told my dad to go. I don't want them to the court. When they got at the court in Benton, I come and buy the phone. The court told my dad to pay $60 to trust me for the court to South Beach. That's the type of justice system we create in the country. When you supposed to get money, the type of thing that comes out, you spend the money to not go to jail. And go home and sad that day because I know that friend come up with me that we don't know why talk so easily. I call her back. She called the court. I told my dad, don't leave till they put the men in the car to South Beach. When they pick her, let me know. They put in the car. When I said I want South Beach, waiting. You see, entering. After 3 months, his family came to my parents, begging to pull young ulcer. And my mom, I told a person who was coming out in there, as soon as I get in, when she told her, she said, they told her, they think here, I want to Israel. And they get big girl over the thing.
But even at that, it should have come to the point that the understand is no longer a family matter.
A family matter.
It's a state
So
matter.
so they come and say, hey, I say, as far as concerned, they think it's in the hand of the Liberian government. I had nothing to do with it. As I speak to you, he's behind back for 18 years. So we add 18 to 38.
So guys, let's get the public reaction to these kinds of things. This child is just being used as a case study, but there are lots of children who are going through strenuous times, traumatic times in their lives, until some of them even wanting to take away their lives.
Exactly.
So that's why you see a lot of young girls find themselves in the ghettos. These are situations that may have led to them being in the ghetto, because where they should find refuge, they are tormented. They've been molested. So they find themselves going to other friends to seek refuge. And these friends might be the wrong hands. And these hands have led them to where they are today. So the gender ministry has a major role to play in the fight against these kinds of crimes. They pick up all these vehicles you have to your possession. It's not there for a few of you to just sit in it and pass around with the inscription, gender task force and stuff like that. It's intended for you to do the job that is required. Like I was making a recommendation. You must have your employees or members of your team, guiding counselors to each of these schools. Make a round to these schools on a daily basis. Get that relationship with the children. Ask these kids that are not looking too cool on campus, because mind you, when you find yourself, you know how that child felt, or you know how she feels. It was beyond her imagination now, so she had to press it out. She was actually fed up. Say what happened, let it happen now. Let me just say it out. That's how it is out here. But there are children who are going through more than what that child may have gone through.
They don't have the courage to say
They do not have the courage because they are living in fear. So it is the responsibility of the government to play her role. And through the gender ministry, the gender ministry is the forerunner of this process on behalf of the government. So you must be able to strategize. Visit the schools. There are kids going through a lot. Who knows? If that child goes to explain her ordeal, or she been explaining her ordeal to her peers, they have not been giving her listening ears. She may have gone and gotten for herself some pills and just wanting to end the life once and for all. There are lots of children going through a lot. So it's not about a big bluff. Madam Minister, you and your team of officials, it's not the office thing.
It's not.
If we are to rescue the country, we must first start with the ones who we call future leaders. These future leaders are going through a lot. Most of them are born in the ghettos. Have you come to realize, or have you come to know why are they in the ghettos? These are things. It is not only about rape. You also have the boy child, right? The boy child involved. Mind you, people are sodomizing people, young men around here.
Yeah.
That male child must have gone through a traumatizing where he was forced to be sodomized, and he put a refusal, and he had to flee the home of that person who he was living with, and now he found himself in a ghetto. So these are things. So if you are serious about the mantra, arrest, the rescue, you must first start with the future leaders. And that child is no exception. Other children are no exception to these kinds of issues. So 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. Let's talk about this issue that has to do with rape. Should rape be compromised? You listen to the audio about a little girl who's been allegedly molested by two grown-ups. One of the accused is one Samuel Davis and who? Jusu Ability. So what you know about it? What can you add on to what we've been saying? 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. While we await your calls, let's get the commercial commitment to be right back. Don't go away. Okay, let's get the line first and take this person. Hello.
Hello. How are you, my brother?
Wonderful. What's your name and you join us from where?
Yeah, my name is Momoka, calling you from Sophie Junction.
Momo, let's hear you.
Yeah, my brother. This morning I listened to Sheku and the brother in studio there. My brother, I want to 100% believe what you guys are saying. There are a lot of children out there, both males, both gender, male and female. Children out there are even going through a lot of depression more than what are they charges going through. So I think this is the time for this United Party government, like I said, to rescue the Liberian. That they try to really put their feet on the ground, the gender ministry. Because there's a lot of cases like that, or even more than that. So, my brother, I want to believe that legal story. And thanks so much to you guys that are flagging the kind of an issue out. Because it takes a man. Me and our brother in Sheku this morning, I monitor them. It takes a man to do what these guys are doing. Because if they were better treating, they follow generally, they could ask for ransom for that guy. Because I think he may not be 100% worthy, but he may get something to be on the problem. So I believe that your friend at Institute along with Shiku that pop up this story. Thanks so much. Let God guide us and protect our children.
Thank you. Thank you so well. That's why we talk about journalists having that integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
You see? So now, if for any reason you guys would have requested ransom, and behind closed door the man gave you money and you tried to hold on, you see what God does when it reaches a point where he has given you grace and you still see his grace as foolishness and you don't want to repent, is when he brings you to public ridicule. Now understand that we as journalists, we play a pivotal role in the transformation of our nation. So we must stand up to these things. We should not look at our pockets and let go the pain and agonies of these people who are victims of circumstances. There are a lot of things happening in this country that journalists are aware of, but are we bringing them to the public? Or we just, we close our mouths on it. Have you come to realize that people in Harrisburg are now going through the worst situation in their lives? Through the mining, the rock crushing operation that is ongoing in that place. And thanks to our brother James, who unearthed that story. And when you see the video, how the people of Harrisburg are going through the worst situation. There's no safe drinking water any longer. Their homes are cracking. They are not living like the way they should. Are we flagging these issues? These are things that we journalists, we need to stand up for. We are watchdog of society. That's why I say to my friends, if it comes for me, and I know that's not the destiny that God has for me to struggle and to not fulfill what He has placed me on the earth for. So I will go beyond and be twisted to make sure that the right thing is done. So if you think you can come to me to have information that I have at my disposal that the public need to know so that we right or wrong, trust me, come me out of it, because I will definitely do it. If it costs my life, let the public know what people are going through. There are a lot of things happening. And some of our friends, they know about these things, but because they've been given handouts, why will a single individual benefit and the masses go through the screenless times? These are things. So if you guys were going to succumb to whatever money trespass or so, you know what would have happened to that child? Let's get to the line and take this person. Hello.
Good afternoon.
John Joe, let's hear you.
Yeah, my brother, thank you for the recognition. I want to say good afternoon to the people of people, Mama Labira, and to you guys in Zero. My brother, thank you so much for your presentation this afternoon. You know, the message regulated with the Liberian people. The quarter, I just left the line said that the United Party people said they got rescue the Liberian people. My brother, what is still right now, and I about quality for the future of Liberian children. No, that little people will put into quality. But all the last one, the raping case is that people can use their case in when they want to track people down and to bring people to public rescue. And so the case that right now ongoing is an allegation that they against somebody, and through the investigation of the allegation when they have to be proven, they both parties don't know which side they own. But my brother called to say the United people say they got rescued the Liberian people. What did he say? Say the Liberian people say the United people say they got rescued the Liberian people. This government, we all know that we struggle behind this government, and our flesh and our blood in this government. And this government be the wonder. Say 80% of the government be one of the best government in the Republic of Mama Labira. We all have to will praise the government in season to come. So thank you.
Thank you, John Jay. Thank you. 0778-665-073. 0887-105-105 are numbers to call and form part of the program, The Afternoon Conversation. I have here my esteemed colleagues, they are here, Louise Tay and Ethel Gibson. We are talking about a story that was unearthed by them, and at the moment is in the hands of the Liberian National Police at the headquarters. Allegedly, Joseph Belity of the National Port Authority and one Samuel Davis are being alleged of raping a 12 years old girl. So that's the situation. And beyond that, there are lots of young girls, young and teenagers that are going through troubling times, and even more than what this child is going through. So we must be able to come out. It's not about compromise. You compromise it today. That child is living with that for the rest of her life. But every time she sees or hear about that person, can you imagine the child stating that she doesn't even want to see the man anywhere around her? She doesn't want to see him in her eyes any longer. Come on. That is not an easy thing. She's going through a lot.
Of all the things, the woman are there protecting her husband as if she's not a woman and she don't feel how it's like. Even big person, like you feel certain pain from certain people. Saying talking about 12 years old, you're trying to protect your relationship and allowing that little girl to feel pain and saying you will spend money when it costs for you to spend money, and for your husband to be free, and allowing that girl to go through all that trauma.
Let's take to the line and get this person. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
How are you? What's your name? And you join us somewhere?
I'm just Lisa S. Rosa.
Lisa, let's hear you.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to you guys. Because what I heard from you and the recording, that sister, I don't know whether her own child or not. Yes. What she did, it was a very bad. As a woman, where there 9 months pain, woman to give birth to child, and not an easy thing. Sometimes when going on your side, your hair will be inside, and that child survive. Somebody give it, even when they get a child to you, then how you supposed to treat the child? Or man, when I'm married to you, even when the man happen to marry to you, and that's how you have to treat the child. The pain that child going through. And she's sitting on the back, along with her friend, saying part of rubbish. Is the boyfriend. I really want to know it now. You're gonna try next woman of future. Is she already done that child future? So I just want to say thanks to you guys, and then two, they both of them have to then go beyond Ayaba. And even then, when there is no justice for that child, God will be there for. Because I know Liberian, no justice for the poor. They only justice the poor get out that God can be there for us. I want to say thanks to you guys. If God continue to give your wisdom. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you so highly. Thank you. You can also post for your calls. We are sleeping in time 0887 105 105 0778 665073 are the numbers to call and form part of the afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1. Okay, so while we still wait calls, there are other things that we said we were going to touch on. The issue of the president's appointment, his deputy press secretary, have come on serious criticism. What's your take? Luis, Etel, what's your take on Valet's appointment? And you've been listening to the back and forth criticism. What have you to say?
The first thing, what qualifies a person? What qualifies a person to be a press secretary or a deputy press secretary in the office of the president? What's the role of a press secretary? What's the role of a press secretary? You are the bridge between
the office of the
president
and that of the press.
And that of the press.
And the public.
So your TOR is to provide information from the president to the press. And the president will not have the time to have press conference every time. Then the president travel out of the country and then they want to function within the country. Details of the president's trip, we expect most of the time the president of the president will tell, the president wants to do the trip, X, Y, and Z happen, and this. You provide information for us. Now, education pays a lot. It takes an added advantage to be in that position as a press secretary. You know, we all know when you get appointed in certain position, there's position that you get appointed, you can go on mission. you don't go for confirmation. For example, the office of the president, the chief of staff, the office of the president, who's going to be the minister of foreign, minister of state, right? They're not doing saying that they don't say, you don't see the need that the minister of state should go for confirmation. Why? Because the minister of state is the chief of office staff in the office of the president. The same way the senator representative get chief of office staff in the offices. The chief of office staff, the people don't vote for them. Now, so you don't go confirmation hearing on the issue of being a press secretary of the president. You should have that communication skills. You should be a person who knows to relate, especially from the president to the media. But the issue of education matters. I see people dragging all the men, everybody is here, education people dragging. The men are dragging because of the education status. In the give and take situation, not because Peter was in that position yesterday and was like you. Like we said before, we were trying to work on the show. The issue of Smith case, Smith had been in the media for a while. You know, few people will know that Smith did not go school.
No, the man wants.
I mean, go school, he go college. He go college. You know, few people, you tell me, you know, few people. That even say, you tell you I was shocked. You are telling me I was shocked. But I kept in me, I was shocked. Because the way he presented himself.
He's smart. He's a smart young man.
So, I tell people, I say that 2 things in life. You go to school to not learn 65%. Everything in school learns 65%. About 35% to make it your lab complete 100, your future is far. There's some things you know pick up running. It will take time to the score that X, Y, and Z. But on the contrary, education is good.
Yeah. Etta? What do you make of it?
They get it with the politics.
He had the door. No, on a very serious note, education, like you put it, is very important. I listened to a Ghanaian doctorate degree holder. What he said, I tried to actually look at it from another standpoint and bring it to the situation of Valley and others. It is what is important that we go to school. We go to school to acquire knowledge. We go to school to improve ourselves academically and to add value to our lives, right? But this writer and public speaker, he said, education. When it comes to education nowadays, in his words, he said, the world is evolving. There are courses that we have that prepares us for the job market. It varies. And he went on to say, some of those things that our fathers who were down the line, for instance, they're putting in our common time now. You studied Jomo Kenyatta, the Ghana, all the kind of different. What impact it has on your education and your professional life now? That was the question. Some of the courses that you study while you are in school, are they part of your daily activity?
You know, you say anything I think about coming that while they put a child up for school fees. In fact, she want to pay school fees, say when I wish. So she asked the principal. But they teaching by they take off on there.
I had this recording on a very serious note, and I thought to learn from it. And it is good. It's good that we go to school. It's good that we acquire knowledge. But come to think about it, most of these things that we are acquiring now, they are not fitting in the day-to-day activities. their old age style of learning. That's why those academicians should get involved in improving whatever they have created as a curriculum, right? And fit it in the present and future. So like that, before we have reel to reel. Are you using reel to reel now?
No.
Before, after reel to reel, you have the cassette. Are you using cassette? The old age, right? You move on to CDs, the compact discs. How many people do use compact discs nowadays?
No, not many.
It's wearing away. We went to the pen drive. Now, not much people are using pen drive to carry transport information from one point to the other. We have so many digitized forms that we have to transmit information. Now, let us understand. Between the radio, the newspaper, the television, and the social media, which one of these platforms are widely used in our dispensation?
Social media.
Social media.
Social media. So
back then, if you wanted the public to get informed in a timely manner, the radio was used, the television was used. But nowadays, the weight and the prestige these medium had have dropped, all because of the social media. You may be on this radio talking about this thing. Why you think we have involved the social media into our terrestrial broadcast?
Trying to fit
because we're trying to fit in the two. Since the social media is widely used, those that are on the social media will also get what you are doing in the terrestrial area, right? So now, we are not against education.
Sure.
The appointment of Valaye, I'm not against it. And I'm not also against him improving himself when it comes to education. But let's understand, he's one of those influencers when it comes to the social media. A deputy press secretary is not the lead. He has his scope of operation. Let's take it at face value. Kula is his head, right?
Yes.
She does all of the major works, right? She's well educated. She has all of the experiences and that the job needs. And you understand? To some. Now, Valerie being her deputy, he has vast knowledge when it comes to the social media terrain. And now you want the information to reach the length and breadth of your audience. You have somebody who has influence when it comes to the social media. You blend that person with the one who has the academic status.
Exactly.
That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So, from the academic standpoint, it is important that he go and improve himself, academically. But at the moment, the war is evolving, and the social media plays a pivotal role in all that we do. If you want to sell your right now, in Liberia, we don't take the social media very serious. In Ghana or other African countries or Western countries, when you want to transact business, you do it through the internet. And it's fast or faster than even the face-to-face thing where we something. People are doing networking. The lady who sells in the market, when you go to Ghana, I was kind of surprised. That's how I got interest in WhatsApp. She has her WhatsApp account. What do? You put in your order through her WhatsApp account, request, and you pay through. Why do you think they have e-banking? because the war is evolving and the internet is one of the major means of communication. So why you think we have mobile money services now? E-banking, that's e-banking right there, right? So valid appointment by the president, I don't see anything wrong with it to the extent of which our colleagues are taking it, right? But my point to him is to improve himself academically. He's street smart. The young man is street smart. I can remember in 2019 when I was going to Nigeria for the Afreema Awards, we bought a flight. He was going beyond that. He was going Thailand, one of these countries he was going to for a conference. When I was coming back in 2019, and when I came back in 2019, 2020, 2022, when I was going again, he was going to another country. So we're always, So now, it is based on the influence he has relative to his social media connections and other things. He got opportunities to go to those areas. But when it comes to the academic credentials, he doesn't have. But when it comes to the social media activities, when it comes to being influential, he's one of those influencers we have around here. Go on social media. So I think in my mind, from that backdrop, regardless of his link to the president or the president's associates, he was one of those individuals that the Unity Party used as their influencer. And the needed result, they got it, right? During the elections, you saw a lot of influencers for the re-election of President Weah. Why do you think they had influencers getting involved with the process?
Yeah, because the influencer, it can be used.
You never had men that had doctorate degree were called upon master doctors for the re-election of President Weah or for the election of Joseph Boakai. But you had people who have influence when it comes to the social media being involved, and they were even given even to the level of musicians. You had them brought on board where you had doctors, degree holders, degree earners, all of them were around the place. They were not handpicked, but they went for the people who have influence when it comes to the social media. I think from my mind that the appointment of the president, appointment by the president, it is from that backdrop because he has influence. And when you look at some of the job description for a press secretary, it's the building the relationship with the public, informing the public or the press on the day-to-day activities of the presidency. And how do we go about that? It's true. Someone must be creative, someone must be farsighted, and has the strategy to get the attention of the people, the needed beneficiaries of whatever information that the president wants to disseminate.
Yeah, exactly what you said.
People have problem with Kula. When she first took over, she was actually using both, but then the e-mansion website was under construction. They were revamping it. She was using her Facebook page, and people had problem why she should be putting,
on her personal page.
So that was her personal page, for which myself frown on the former manner. If for any reason you should have created a page in the name of the executive mansion, because you want the information to go across, because mind you, the social media is widely used. Now, you see what is happening. At the moment we are on the social media, anything we drop here now, before 2 to 3 minutes, the information will spread like a wildfire. You are coming in. Let's hear you.
Yes, like you said, there are a lot of things that people end up studying they didn't do. So we take education differently, especially for him being a social media influencer. So most of the time people think that earning the best degrees and everything will get you to where you're supposed to be. And it's good that you acquire knowledge. It's good that you go to school and earn the degrees. But at the end of the day, most of the times, everything that I know, about 50% of everything that people study, they end up not doing it. Everything that they thought that they could do in the society, they end up not doing it. And the thing that has degree or they study, they end up not doing it. So now, being a social media influencer.
You have Bengal.
Yes.
Bengal have now turned out to be a journalist.
Yes, exactly. So he's a social media influencer. They have people that do that for a living. They have people that being an influencer, they don't have to go to college to have a degree or have a bachelor or do go to school. Knowledge is something that you don't have to go to school to apply.
It's diversified.
Yes. So sometimes people misunderstand certain things. That you have to have degree, you have to have there are a lot of people that have papers that don't even know how to open them up and say a word.
They're not even outspoken.
They are not. So I don't see any problem with it. Me personally, I don't see a problem with it. As long as he's influential, he's influencing the people. He can go, and go follow with his education. That is good. For going back and
improve himself in the era of technology.
Yes, exactly. So he can do that, but I don't see any problem with him. Me personally.
So let's open the line for a few calls, then we'll call it a day. Time is far away, far spent. 0887 105 105 0778 665 073 are the numbers to call. 0887 105 105 0778 665 073. People have come on a wide scrutiny of our brother Falayi for the appointment made by the president while a high school student, and I saw some top-notch senior brothers around here saying it's a disgrace to education. It's why should the president appoint somebody who's a high school student or high school graduate? No, let us look at it from another standpoint. A lot of us now, the media is fully at a point of what we say a downtrend. We have big people who have all of the BSc, the BA, the masters in communication. Why are they leaving the mainstream and going to corporate communication? Why? Leaving the mainstream and going to corporate communication to see greener pasture, because the mainstream, they see the mainstream as a means, but now you have left the mainstream and people that are now coming in, they are now well trained, they are now schooled, they have polluted the entire system. So at the end of the day, all of us, one or the other, who even have the bachelor art degree in communication or so, we've been branded as John the List.
Yes.
You see it? We've been branded as John the List. Because we who should be to this place and maintain the integrity of this profession, we are leaving it and going to other areas. We went to school for this thing, we spend years, but we live in our area, going to other areas. You said the mainstream, it was where you started from. Yeah, you're talking about improvement in life and stuff like that. You can still be in the corporate sector and maintain the sacredness of the mainstream. The mainstream is a place that any boy or girl can just jump now. There's no way to study. You start to practice.
Exactly.
So you have those gurus leaving the mainstream and going to corporate areas and not putting into place stringent measures that will maintain the foundation they created. If I'm leaving from here, Love FM now, and saying I want to transition to another area, I must leave a foundation so that when people come, they can begin from where I start. And we must have, that's why you have the ethics. How many of us who call ourselves professionals getting involved in the process on when our young friends are going beyond the level for which they should go as journalists? Do we come out to say, look, this is not what you should do? The profession doesn't call for this. We don't. We sit back. And some of these same people we call gurus in the media are the ones are polluting the system. They go and collect the funds behind closed doors. Information that should come to the public so that these officials can bear the brunt of their actions. These media gurus, quote unquote, the book ones, they go and take money from these politicians and kill these kinds of stories that the public need to know, to name and shame these officials that are doing the wrong things. You think if we had a measure put in place that if you get involved into corruption as a government official, and you know very well when you are corrupt, and that story is on earth, you will find yourself doing it again.
No.
The first thing, somebody come, you the cop reporter, the man leaving you now, he goes straight to your boss. Lo, one of your reporter here, he trying to be stubborn, and I said it. He said, "Did that man? Just give me one. Why you sort of give me? That story will not go."
Yes, sir.
These are things that are killing the prestige of the media. So at the end of the day, our younger brothers see it as a means of extorting money from officials, and the reality of the story, those things that are happening are causing the backbone of our nation to take center stage. You think if journalists like what our colleagues did, if you think every journalist was involved in doing similar things, not hiding these kinds of stories because of their pockets, we don't see change happening in this country. We'll definitely see change. And the change starts with the media. We must be the change that we want to see. That's why our creed said, the public journal is the public trust. And we hold the public journal. That's why we are called the fourth estate. We are highly respected. But are we living up to the high standards that have been given us? No. Everybody now, whether you get BSc or you get BA or this one master, they call you a journalist because that is people there. No respect any longer again. Eta, your party comment, my dear.
Yeah, we've had a lot to say, and we talk about the rape issue concerning that little girl. My prayer and hope is that she seeks justice, and justice must prevail. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so well. She's Ethel Gibson, the producer of Impact for Women. Join Ethel every Wednesday, 4:30 to 5, where she talk women issues. My name is Rufus Divine Khan, I lead and order follow for among equals. Of course, I'm destined for greatness. And let me say to all of our colleagues, we know education is important. Let's see reason in going beyond, outside of the box, and see what is unfolding. Let us not bash our brothers. At the moment, we understand that we all need the credential, but how many of us do have the ability to defend those credentials? You have somebody say they got master, they got PhD, they got doctorate degree, they cannot defend, they do not have even a fitting account or records of a book written by them that we can put in our society, in our curriculum that we fit. But yet and still, they call themselves doctor. You call yourself doctor. Have you written a book in your field of studies that others can actually? And I must say, kudos to some of you, like the likes of Dr. Charles Bolly. He's doing extremely well. Yes, he's one of those young Liberians who have written books. He holds a doctorate degree. Dr. Charles Bolly. He started from the mainstream. We work here at Love FM before, and I'm so proud of him. He's making impact in the lives of the younger ones. He's an example that the young people can see and follow. But some of you get a BB degree there. What have you done? What impact are you making in your field of studies? The hint of wise is quite sufficient. The one who has ears, let him hear. Like I always say, two things in this life you always be remembered for: the problems you create and the problems you solve. And we must take responsibility of two things in our lives: our fortune and that of our misfortune. Because in union, success is show. We've got above our rights to prove we overall prevail. With hearts and hands, our country cause defending, we meet the foe with valor unpretending. Have yourselves a wonderful and God bless day. Bye-bye.
I know of no safe depository of the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome direction, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their direction by education. Join Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live for the program, The Afternoon Conversation. We provide you a platform for open dialogue and intellectual exchange. We encourage listeners to think critically, challenge their perspectives, and explore different